going to see the major functions of warehouses. A warehouse can be considered as a space dedicated to storing goods and materials efficiently. Warehouses are used by nearly all kinds of persons and entities engaged in business like manufacturers, wholesalers, exporters, importers, etc. Numerous types of business require warehouses, including transport and customs, among others. So, in the most straightforward words, a warehouse is building for storing goods. But in practice, it is much more than that. While this task seems relatively insignificant compared to other business process segments, it is imperative to realize that it is a dynamic operation and can generate a profit return on investment when employed efficiently. The role of a warehouse is crucial, to say the least. To understand the statement better, let's see the functions of warehouse one by one. The first one is storage. The primary function of a warehouse is to provide storage space for equipment, inventory, or other items. It offers appropriate facilities to the enterprise for storing their goods when they aren't called for sale. This helps prevent wastage of stock and ensures its protection and safety. Such goods may be held from the time of their protection or purchase till the use or consumption. The storage may be of two types: planned storage, extended storage. Planned storage is it refers to the carefully estimated storage required to meet the regular customer demand. Extended storage it refers to the storage requirement above the planned storage. Various factors can cause it, a few of them being various factors, which are few of them are demand, seasonality, promotional campaigns, speculative purchases, etc. Demand seasonality, for example, the demand for confectionery items rises drastically during the holiday season, requiring additional storage space for the specific period. Then promotional campaigns, generally because of promotional campaigns such as sales promotion, extra stock needs to be kept to satisfy the expected higher demand for the product. Speculative purchases, sometimes goods are purchased in bulk due to lower price or higher price expectations in the future. This calls for more storage space to be arranged. Hence, the storage function of a warehouse helps in smoothing out the routine operations of the business, as well as take care of many disputes at typical solutions. Then safeguarding of goods. A warehouse offers protection to goods from loss, theft, or damage due to unfavorable weather conditions like heat, wind, dust, and moistures, etc. A warehouse can make particular arrangements for different products catering to their nature. For example, if can hire security staff to prevent theft, arrange cold storage facility for perishable goods, use insecticides for preservation, install firefighting apparatus to avoid any fire accidents. If all these cases are considered prudently and addressed carefully, a warehouse can significantly cut down losses due to spoilage of goods and wastage during storage. The next one is movement of goods. It consists of inbound activity, transport to storage, order selecting, outbound activity. Inbound activity means unloading of goods received by the warehouse. Transport to storage, it refers to transferring the goods from the inbound area to the storage area. Order selecting, it means choosing the item in the storage corresponding to the order to be shipped and move it to the shipment area. Outbound activity. Lastly, we have outbound activity, which means inspecting and loading the goods for shipment. The movement of goods inside a warehouse must be seamless as possible to ensure uninterrupted orders. Hence, the infrastructure of the warehouse as well as the software system used by it should be upgraded regularly. The next one is financing. Financing is another one of the diverse functions of a warehouse. Warehouse financing is a type of inventory financing that involves a loan provided by a financial institution to a manufacturer, company, or processor. In this case, goods, inventory, or commodities are deposited in a warehouse or used as collateral for the loan. When goods are transferred to any warehouse, the depositor gets a receipt which acts as evidence about the deposit of goods. The warehouse can also issue a certificate in favor of the owner of the goods, which is called warehouse keeper's warrant. This is a document of title and can be passed on by simple endorsement and delivery. So, while the goods are in the custody of the warehouse keeper, the owner can procure loans from banks and other financial institutions pledging this warrant as security. In certain circumstances, warehouse give money advances to the depositor for a short term retaining their goods as security. There are many benefits that borrowers can derive from warehouse financing. The significant advantage of warehouse financing is the ability of borrowers to use their raw materials, commodity, and other goods as collateral for the loan. Warehouse financing often obtain provides borrowers with the option to obtain financing or more favorable terms than unsecured loans or short-term working capital. Moreover, the terms of warehouse financing are comparatively flexible and generally favorable to the borrower. Small businesses and manufacturers leverage on this type of loan. It is a secured loan and therefore is often cheaper than other types of borrowing. Then next one is about value added services. A value added service goes beyond conventional warehousing. Such services help optimize the supply chain management, generate higher value, and deliver products efficiently to customers. They include bundling, customization, rebranding, repackaging, processing, etc. A few of them are processing, grading and branding, knitting and product customization, other services also sometimes it includes. So while coming for the processing, it refers to the process that certain goods go through the make them consumable. For example, seasoning of timber, ripening of fruits, processing of coffee beans, polishing of paddy, etc. Sometimes warehouses perform such activities on behalf of the owners. Then grading and branding. Warehouses also undertake the functions of grading and branding goods on behalf of the wholesaler, importer, or manufacturer of goods. They also offer services for mixing, blending, and co-packing or repacking services. Knitting and product customization. Customization services provided by warehouses give the flexibility to make bundles or customized product for any customer or market requirements. For example, bundling, SKU building, and localizing product boxing or kitting, etc. Some other services are other value-added services which provided by a warehouse include labeling, stamping, gift packing, barcoding, printing, barcode printing, some order fulfillment, and invoice printing, quality checking, insurance, and goods disposal. Availability of such services with the warehouse takes a considerable burden of the entity using the warehouse and helps it focus on its core activities. This results in lowest cost and higher standards. The next one is about price stabilization. Warehouse plays a crucial role in the process of price stabilization. They help control violent fluctuations in prices by storing goods when their supply exceeds demand in the market, releasing goods when the demand gains pace. When there is an excess demand in the market, the extra inflow of goods may further decrease their price and leads to losses for the business owners. Hence, in this case, the warehouses hold the stock back until the demand for such goods rises again. This is how the warehouses ensure a regular supply of goods in the market by matching supply with the demand, hence stabilizing the prices. Then information management. Warehouses keep track of information about goods and materials sent into the warehouse, stored and shipped out. In addition to that, any other information regarding the warehouse is recorded. It allows the warehouse management and other concerned personnel to get accurate insights to ascertain the availability of stock, stock processing, and stock replenishment requirements. The data maintained by the information system in the warehouse must be precise, timely, and free from errors. It may be then it may then be presented to the higher management for the purpose of making more informed and better decisions. Informed and better decisions. Then next one is handling, transportation and storage. It contains safety certificates and some selection criteria have to be followed. Flat racks and platforms, open top containers, dry freight or cube containers, insulated or thermal containers, reefer or refrigeration containers, tank containers. These are the things has to be taken as a selection criteria for handling the transportation and the storage. Then some other functions are, apart from these roles mentioned, warehouses can also perform the following. That is risk bearing, rental property, place utility. The moment the goods are delivered for storage, the liability of these goods transfers to the warehouse keeper. Consequently, Consequently, the risk of loss or damage to goods is borne by the warehouse keeper. Since it is now its obligation to return the goods in good condition, the warehouse becomes responsible for any mishappenings. Thus, it takes all precautions to prevent any such a situation. The stored goods may also be insured for compensation in case of loss. Then rental property. Some warehouses can also serve as a source of rental income for their owners who rent them out to people or entities that seek to use them for storage or other purpose. Place utility. Warehouses are mainly located at convenient places. For instance, near a road, airport, rail, or waterway to ease the movement of goods. So, by examining all these functions, it is logical to claim that a warehouse plays a much more pivotal role in the success of a business than most people manage to realize. Proper monitoring of these functions is imperative to guarantee that all warehousing operations takes place efficiently. Next one is about utility of warehouse. Warehousing has many benefits to offer to traders, businessmen, whether it is wholesale or retail. It provides a number of benefits listed here: protection and preservation of goods, regular flow of goods, continuity in production, convenient location, easy handling, useful for small businessmen, creation of employment, facilitate sale of goods, availability of finance, reduces risk of loss. Now let us come to the first point, preservation of goods. Manufacturers, importers, wholesalers, exporters, traders, and stockists use warehouses to store their goods, that is, raw materials and finished items, before distribution and sale. Besides serving the storage purpose, warehouse facilities preservation facility against water, fire, theft, and climate changes. Due to technological advancements, safety measures, and computerization, warehouse minimization spoilage, errors, accidents, omissions, breakage, deterioration in quality, etc. has to be considered. Then regular flow of goods. I also name it as trouble-free handling. Today, warehouses are usually large plain building in industry or institutional areas of sites and towns equipped with loading docks to load and unload trucks from railways, seaports, or airports. They also have automatic forklifts and cranes for moving goods from one place to another within the warehouse area. Some warehouses are completely automated, with no workers working inside, resulting in minimum wastage and easy handling during loading and unloading the goods. Then continuity in the production. Certain commodities like agriculture products are produced during a certain period of year but consumed or required throughout the year. Warehouses ensure adequate supply of such seasonal products throughout the year without any break. Then convenient location. Due to rising cost of land and financial limitations, small traders cannot afford to have their private warehouses. Public or government warehouses facilitate them to store goods at affordable rates. In absence of warehouses, it will be difficult for small traders to survive in cutthroat competition because stock out situation, if persist for long, can disrupt the image and goodwill of the traders, especially the small traders who have limited marketing budget to spend. Then easy handling. Warehouses facilitate the managers to produce goods throughout the year without much attention of raw material storage. The manufacturer who usually produce in bulk require raw materials in large quantity. Warehouses assist them to provide agricultural, that is seasonal, and industrial goods all over the year. Most of the warehouses are located at a convenient place near railways, highways, seaports, and airports that facilitate smooth movement of the goods. Further, convenient location reduces the distribution cost to greater extent. Useful for small business. Warehouses are usually large plain building in industrial areas of sites and towns covering huge storage area. Warehouses located in or near industrial areas are so big that can store goods of large number of businessmen at a time. Further, besides storage, warehouses perform several functions like procurement, sorting, dividing, marketing, preparing for shipment, handling inventory control, display, order processing, financing, transportation, grading, and branding, and so on, resulting in employment generation in various sections and so on, resulting in employment generation in various sections and at various levels. It is the source of bread and butter for several laborers, workers, employees, and offices. Then facilitate the sale of goods. Uh, it also facilitates the sale of goods with the help of the warehouse. They can able to send the goods to the needy places in time. Then financing, availability of finance. When businessmen store goods in the warehouse upon certain formalities, they get deposit receipt, which acts as a proof about the deposit of the goods. Warehouse also issues a document in the name of owner against storage of goods, which is known as warehouse keeper's warrant. This document can be transferred by simple endorsement and delivery. Businessmen, on account of these documents, may get financial aids or loans from banks, private tenders, and financial companies. In some cases, warehouses also provide finance to the businessmen on keeping goods as collateral security. It reduces risk of loss. Warehouse owners or authorities make certain that the goods stored in their warehouse are well protected, preserved, and monitored. In order to keep proper information about the goods details, to save goods from theft and pilferage, warehouse employ employees and security staff. For perishable items, they provide a cold storage facility to protect a warehouse from fire. Firefighting equipments are used. On requirement, goods are stored may be ensured against unforeseen happenings like loss due to fire, theft, and natural disasters. Sometimes it also assists in selling, as I said earlier, facilitates the sale of goods. Most of the warehouses, as per requirement from depositor's side, provide assistance towards inspection of goods, sorting, branding, packaging, financing, and labeling that is essential towards sale of goods. In certain cases, transport arrangements may be availed to depositors for their bulk deposits. These are the various services that a warehouse are provided to make utilize the fullest extent by the traders. Issues in receiving process: shipment identification, product count, product inspection, receiving documentation. So you can also refer the case study of Walmart and the procurement and distribution case that will give you a clear picture of receiving process. When it comes to warehouse management, one of the first step of operation is receiving inventory. If the inventory coming in messed up, everything else that follows is going to be messed up too. It doesn't matter what industry you are in, receiving inventory is what set up the rest of your operations. It is critical key component in effective inventory management. Is it? So your goal is to dial in your inventory receiving process. It's going to make it much easier to hit your inventory receiving process, handling helping you to reduce the cost of inventory, and also at the same time it streamline your stock take. That's great, but how can you make your company inventory receiving more efficient? How to solve these issues in the receiving process? So you can optimize your receiving space. Inventory errors and misconducts always usually occur during receiving. One of your best option for reducing inventory receiving errors is by preparing your dock to efficient. Yes, that's obvious, but many docks are crowded and overwhelmed. If you don't have the space to properly receiving inventory, that's a problem that leads to error. Rather, you should have processes in place that demand accuracy when counting inventory. You need to make sure you are using inventory receiving tools to streamline the process. The goal is to receive inventory fast but accurately. Your dock should be designated for sorting received inventory and preparing them for storage in their designated warehouse location. And also you have to keep your space clean and organize it. While this is another obvious answer, how many receiving areas have to be organized or cramped? Your dock space should be well organized to be efficient. You can't be efficient with a crowded dock space. It should be easy to access all received count. Make sure your receiving process is streamlined. When inventory is received and accounted for, that inventory should go to the storage to make room for new inventory. Then real-time inventory tracking technology should be adopted. One of the best thing you can do for your inventory tracking is getting the right tools and software to track inventory in real time. The last thing you want is mistakes and errors causing your problem further down your supply chain. So there are a number of different tools that will help you to manage your inventory in real time. Make sure your company is using them or not. If you're tracking them in real time, you can make corrections on this part. Unload quickly and safely. Your objective when receiving inventory is to unload received inventory safely while doing it quickly. If you are using forklifts or power pallet trucks, make sure that machines have plenty of room to operate. You also want to make sure your equipment is being regularly maintained. If inventory is too heavy, don't let your team lift it by hand. A lot of injuries occur receiving inventory, but many of them can be avoided. You don't want to risk employee injury, damaged goods, or worse. One idea that you may want to consider here is to convey bills, which can make the process of putting received goods away easier and efficient. Right? Then, and also another way to clear out the issue, that is monitoring quality control. Every company should have a quality control manager in place to be a protective layer against employees and technology. Your quality control is going to watch for mistakes and errors, point out the issues in the process, control and prevent inventory damage, receiving and put away accuracy. So all these things has to be done under quality control. Then sometimes always you have to verify the goods you receive. This is the last and most important thing. A company wants to ship the wrong items out To avoid the costly mistake of shipping the wrong items or not having enough to satisfy customer demand, you should always check that the inventory received is exactly what you ordered. Never take it granted. You want to make it a habit to count everything. Depending on your cargo, there are certain things to verify. That is quantity received, SKU of goods, description of goods, product codes, condition of goods, weight of goods, temperature when appropriate, batch tracking numbers, then serial codes. This has to be identified and clarified at the earlier stage itself. Then testing process to become efficient, quick and reliable. No process or system is perfect out of the gate. Yeah, will not be either. However, though consistent testing, trial and error, your receiving process can be efficient, quick and reliable. Ultimately, that's the goal, to be 100% accurate receiving inventory and doing it in a same but quick way. Time, safety, and accuracy is always the big pillar, big deal. But you can never come corners to fix one or the other. You want all the three to have the best effective receiving process you can have. So this is a way that you can clear out the issues of receiving process. So here the perfect order fulfillment proportion is given for an example. So right item percentage, right quantity percentage, right place percentage, right condition percentage, on time delivery percentage, correct billing percentage. All these things has to be considered to clear out the issues in the warehouse process. Right item percentage should be 99 percentage, right quantity should be 99, right place should be 99, right condition should be 100%, on time delivery is 99, correct billing is 99, perfect order fulfilling is, if you multiply all this percentage, you will be get 95.09 percentage. This is one of the perfect order fulfillment. Then this is one of the warehouse design considerations given here. Planning a warehouse layout design can be a complex process due to the various factors involved. This process includes strategically planning a facility layout that can properly utilize the space availability, facilitate the smooth functioning of operations, and increases the efficiency. Yeah, which helps you to this design, which helps you to understand the importance of a practical warehouse layout design, and which helps to understand most crucial principle that you should consider while designing the layout for your warehouse. Designing a practical warehouse layout is a crucial process as it has a direct impact on the efficiency and productivity of your warehouse. The planned layout should arrange the processes in a logical sequence that can help streamline operations, boost productivity, and reduce expenses. A well executed and optimized warehouse layout design can provide easy access to stored goods, minimize travel time, and improve order fulfillment rates. Additionally, it is vital to consider all the requirements according to your business needs during the planning phase itself. This is because altering the planning layout once the construction of your facility starts is costly due to the additional materials and labor cost involved in it. So some of the principles of warehouse layout design is given here. Considering the principles in the chart, which helps you to design an efficient layout and streamline warehouse operations. Here are some of the most crucial factors that was listed here. So before starting with the design of your warehouse layout, it is essential to assess all your business requirements, review associated budgets, and then plan the layout accordingly. During this process, you might come across some layout designs that are more comprehensive and expensive than others. But it is recommended that you consider the most suitable and cost efficient solution for your warehouse. Then space availability to be checked. Effectively utilizing the warehouse space available can help improve inventory visibility, reduce travel time, and increase overall operational efficiency. When designing your warehouse layout, it is crucial to allocate maximum space to storage and inventory processing purposes while minimizing space for office areas, empty pallets, charging stations, etc. Additionally, how you decide to allocate space will impact shelving designs, installation capacity, and placement of goods inside your facility. Ensuring the uninterrupted flow of goods, personnel, and equipment is vital to consider in the design layout for the smooth functioning of your warehouse. You can avoid inefficient routes and disruptions by strategically planning your warehouse layout design so as to facilitate each operation in a sequential manner. Then accessibility to be considered. While planning your warehouse layout, it is crucial to ensure easy accessibility to all the areas and products in your facility. The layout should be designed in a way that makes it easy for personnel to navigate throughout the facility while conveniently locating and picking items without having to move other products. As a result, your productivity can be enhanced and order can be fulfilled at a faster rate. Then while coming for equipment, the use of different type of equipments in your warehouse such as lifting and packing tools, pallet racks or conveyance can influence the layout design. By identifying the equipments needed, you can evaluate and design the most suitable layout according to your requirements and boost the productivity of your facility. Throughput. Here, the throughput in a warehouse refers to number of products in a warehouse refers to number of products that are processed and moved through a various warehouse processes such as receiving, put away, storage, picking, packing, and shaping. By collecting and analyzing this data, you can design a layout to ensure an efficient flow of goods and accommodate the necessary equipment for your warehouse. Then personnel. Knowing the number of people required, their current level of training, and shift timings and other related factors can help you to design your warehouse layout in a way that doesn't limit your workforce productivity. Also, the layout must be planned in a manner that can safely accommodate new employees and their needs in the future. While designing your workforce layout, it is critical to comply with the guidelines provided by the local authority. Abiding by these guidelines not only ensures the safety of your workers, equipments, and other valuable assets, but also helps you to avoid the finance and legal problems of your business. To summarize these principles of warehouse, selecting the most suitable warehouse layout design for your facility is crucial to ensure the optimal utilization of resources. The best way to make sure that this task does not get overwhelming for you is to consider the factors mentioned in this article. This can help you to design your layout in an efficient manner, which in turn let you utilize your warehouse space better, boost productivity, and order fulfillment rates. Besides the layout design, choosing the right warehouse location can also significantly enhance your ability to compete and effectively to serve the customers. So, criteria that you must consider while choosing a warehouse already we discussed in previous chapters. I just want to make it revise again. That is rent rates and locations to be considered. Then workforce availability, that is labor skill and caste has to be considered. And then next to roads, highways and traffic flows has to be considered. Proximity to airport, railway stations, ports, etc. Then markets and the local environment factors to be considered. Building availability and utility cost to be considered. So please take the time to properly plan and understand the most strategic warehouses location for you and your customers. The impact of this decision is much more significant than just opening a warehouse somewhere. So the location of your warehouse will have a long lasting effect on the financial, operational and competitiveness aspects of the company. Now that you have understand the importance of choosing the right warehouse location and the principles of warehouse layout design, which help you to properly utilize the space, facilitate smooth operations and increase efficiency.